MPN's Power Player is sponsored by ZiiDMS Dealer Management System, the heart of technology in your dealership, and the engine that drives productivity and profitability. Schedule a demo today at ZiiDMS.com.
Hey guys, it's Greg Jones for Motorcycle and Powersports News, and today we're at the 2024 AIMExpo. And today joining me on Power Player is Andrew Ciszczon and Alan Jones, both of Corteco, a Freudenberg NOK brand. Guys, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being in the booth here.
Thanks for having us.
So we got a few things we want to talk about with you. Obviously we're here at AIMExpo, and it's your first time being here with Corteco. So we'll talk a little bit about that, but I want to start just getting to know you guys a little bit more and your backgrounds and what drew you into the powersport industry. So Andrew, let's start with you. You know, what's been your background and what ultimately got you into riding and
yeah, absolutely. So professionally, I started at Corteco about 8 years ago. Kind of rose through the ranks, love the marketing. We're pretty close to the performance space on four wheels. Then COVID hit. Got interested in riding right around 2020, 2021. Okay. And I'm the kind of guy that I'm either all in or I'm not in at all. Yeah. So I went all in. I've got 3 bikes now. 2 of them are just for the track. Nice. And I just absolutely love it. We had one of our plants reach out saying, hey, we're looking to get this product into the aftermarket. We are the aftermarket division, so it just seemed like the perfect match. And we're really excited to bring this OE product to the aftermarket here in the States.
Yeah. And how long have you been with Corteco now?
So this will be my 8th year.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Alan, how about yourself? Tell us about your background.
Yeah, so my background is, I grew up racing motocross, so that's kind of been my passion. Never really got into any stick and ball sports. Kind of grew up on 2 wheels, and that's what I enjoyed doing. Yeah. Big into it when I was in college, and then kind of took a break for a while. So the last couple of years, started to get back into it again, and found a job that lets me, kind of dive into some of the aftermarket side of things, which has been very enjoyable. Yeah,
and how long have you been with Corteco now?
So about 8 months now.
Okay, yep. So it's still pretty new.
Pretty new.
Been enjoying it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. Yep. All right, so guys, let's talk a little bit about, exactly what you guys do at Corteco, because Andrew, like you were saying, historically the brand has been in the automotive space, and just in the last little bit here, you guys have been doing more on the power sports and motorcycle side.
Yep, absolutely.
So yeah, tell the folks a little bit about exactly what you guys do.
Sure. So I love this helmet. It helps tell the story a lot. So we talked about this back in Zion, and we are we're like the children of a marriage here between Freudenberg, German private company, family held, and NOK, publicly traded company, both decades, almost hundreds of years of experience in sealing. Yeah. So we're the experts, and we're just the children that kind of get to play with everything that they're making. So very heavy automotive, but we do everything. Corteco in particular, we're focusing on passenger car, and now we're looking to power sports and bringing that product to the aftermarket. We're even looking at things like heavy duty on highway, agriculture and construction. So whatever our parent companies make and we have access to, we're looking to sell it into the aftermarket. Yeah. We're bringing that know-how with us.
As many of you know, taking physical inventory is something you do once, maybe twice a year, and sometimes you avoid it altogether. With large quantities of parts, accessories, chemicals, tires, and various other merchandise throughout your store, it's not a simple task to complete. There is a better solution. A solution that gives you the ability to cycle inventory counts anytime without disruption to your business. That solution? ZiiDMS RFID Physical Inventory. With RFID tags placed on inventory, you can cycle counts or conduct physical inventory with a RFID handheld scanner by simply pulling the trigger and walking around your dealership. RFID scanners do not require line of sight, so counters don't need to bend down under partitions, climb shelves, or position items to be visually seen to be counted in most cases. Contact your ZiiDMS representative to learn more about RFID physical inventory and how ZiiDMS is the only dealer management system in the power sports industry building the technology your dealership needs.
Now, you mentioned the helmets, and obviously that's sitting here right front and center.
Yes.
So walk us through exactly what's represented on your helmet. And Alan, you got some stuff here on yours that talks to the product a little bit more. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. So for this helmet, like I said, Freudenberg, German company. So we've got that going on this side. Up here on the top, we have this representing the spring on the actual fork seal that puts the tension on to make sure it's doing its job, which is protecting your forks from the muck that is going to happen when you're riding through puddles, dirt, sand, anything like that. Last thing you want on your forks is that stuff getting inside, scratching up your forks, and you're going to have real problems.
Yeah.
On this side, we've got Japan, and then on the back here is something called a dharma. You know, you make a wish, create a goal, you fill in one eye. When it happens, you fill in the other eye. So for us, you know, it's really launching that product line into the aftermarket, and finding that success is when we'll kind of fill out those eyes.
That's cool. That's a cool story to tell, and it's an awesome looking helmet too. So.
Yeah.
And Alan, do you want to elaborate on anything else on yours?
Yeah, so just like Andrew was saying, you know, the big thing with the moto side is I'm an abstract guy, so I really like the design they put together here, but you've got, you know, the dirt and debris kind of showing that that's what we're trying to keep out of the fork seals. You know, getting that inside the forks is going to make them perform, you know, poorly and also cause you issues while you're riding.
Yeah. So guys, let's talk a little bit more about Corteco and the fork seal product. You know, what gets carried over from the automotive side into the power sports and motorcycle side? You know, are there similarities, or is this a completely different thing for the fork seals that you guys are producing?
You know, there's some similarities in the design, just kind of how you're building the seal, the quality of the products. Of course, Freudenberg, we have access to some of the highest quality materials, some of the best designs out there. But I think the main thing we want to focus on is our relationship with NOK. Yeah. You know, NOK is a well-known brand in the sealing industry, especially when it comes to fork seals. So being able to leverage that and bring that into the aftermarket is really where we provide a lot of value.
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate on just exactly like what the fork seal that you guys are manufacturing really helps do? Like, because I've heard not only does it keep fork clean, but it helps to some degree with performance and, you know, the rideability of a bike and that type of thing.
So I'll introduce it because on one of the prior episodes, you guys talked to Olins, Jackie and Patrick, right?
Yeah, on our two wheels, two ways.
Exactly.
series.
Yeah. So on that episode, they talked about the evolution from people slipping on an exhaust or something on their bike, or adding some power or something, to now it's transitioning or evolved to the suspension. And either whether you're a cruiser and looking for that comfort, or you're a dirt rider looking for performance, or the street rider on the track who wants that perfect setting, like, suspension's critical.
Yeah.
And that's where the forks come in.
Absolutely, yeah. And one thing kind of to add to that is we're starting to see a trend where it's not just the high performance riders looking to get into suspension, it's your everyday rider that's looking for better comfort, better performance, and something that's going to last, you know,
Right.
something that provides value over time.
Right.
So I think that's really where we're going to be able to fill that void in the aftermarket, is start getting these high performance products out to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, so again, we're at AIMExpo here, and it's Corteco's first time being an exhibitor at the show. You know, how has it been for you? You know, what are you guys looking forward to coming off of the show like this, and, you know, going into the rest of 2024?
It's been a great show so far. We talked to some folks from Canada, learned quite a few things. So great conversations here. They're sharing, I don't know if I'd call them trade secrets, but just tricks of the trade that they've learned over the years. And, you know, having a lab in Milan and a lot of people who actually ride, we're going to try these things out and let them know how it works. So I'm really excited to see what happens coming out of that, and then to see how the brand develops. Have people heard of us? Do we make a little bit of a splash, and how do we use this as a springboard for the rest of the year?
Right. Alan, anything to add there, just from your experience at the show? And
You know, so far for me, the big thing has been just the networking and everybody we've got to meet. It's incredible to see how different shops interact with, you know, especially forks and suspension.
Mm-hmm.
Some shops are focused on purely comfort. Some are very focused on, you know, high performance, and just how they meet those goals is very interesting.
Yeah. Now, forgive me for not knowing, but do you guys work with the OEMs, or do you guys go to dealers as well with replacement parts? You know,
So
how do you guys distribute?
our
product?
parents are the OEMs, and as long as we can get access to those parts, and if we can't, we'll tool up for the aftermarket. You're getting the exact same seal, same specs, same everything. We were just tooling up to help bring that product to the market. but you're getting the exact same product, but now you're getting the aftermarket service. You have an issue, or you find an issue, like maybe there was something wrong with the OE seal that wasn't NOK or Freudenberg. Those are problems we've solved traditionally on the passenger car side, and we're happy to bring that expertise and knowledge to the power sports industry for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And then in terms of the types of motorcycles that you guys provide seals for, is there a list that you guys have?
So
it's probably shorter of the ones that you don't provide, right?
Well, the nice thing about the product itself is it's really based on dimensions. So there's only so many sizes for the forks and only so many fork manufacturers. So the nice thing is if you kind of nail down those common sizes, like 48 mils, I think is the most common one, that's going to go and cover probably, I don't know, a quarter to a third of the bikes that are on the road. So we're able to bring everything to the market. We're going to start and focus on the dirt and the Harley bikes first. Doesn't mean they're not going to fit other applications, but we can't have everybody at the same time. So we're going to go with what we know. We've got a moto guy here. We got a street guy here. So
yeah, very good. And again, any big plans going into the rest of this year or a couple of years looking forward? Is there goals or
I don't know, like we
table?
saw the AIMExpo booth over there, so maybe we'll show up there one year.
Okay.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Would love to go see the real Milan in Italy, because we're based out of Milan, Ohio. So I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
We're right by Sandusky. They have a huge bike week that's local to us. So we're looking to do, I think, a lot of things that are probably more grassroots. Try and show up where he goes.
Yeah.
Be there. We're really interested in what the riders and the dealers and shops are going through. What are your pain points? How can we help?
Yeah.
That's really the difference between us and like our parent companies who are used to working with a Showa, a KYB, or someone like that. So we really want to get that rider and shop perspective.
Yeah. I'll end it on this. You guys both obviously ride quite a bit. You got to do some cool riding out west with the Two Wheels Two Ways show.
Absolutely.
And had a little bit of adventure afterward too.
Yeah.
And you're on the motocross side. What types of riding are you guys looking forward to doing this year?
For me this year, my big bucket list item is we're going to put a team together to do the Perry 24-hour challenge.
Okay.
So there's another gentleman, our sales guy, that's going to put a team together, and we're going to go down there and see if we can survive the 24 hours and finish. So.
And how many riders are on a team for that?
So we're looking at 5 or 6 on our team. So everybody's going to get a fair amount of riding over that 24.
Yeah. How often do you guys switch out, or is that just part of the game plan to figure out?
We got to figure that out. That'll be kind of the strategy going into it will be interesting.
Yeah.
For me, I'm a moto guy, so track rat at heart. I don't spend a lot of time in the woods, so it'll be interesting spending 24 hours riding off road and doing some riding at night. That's going to be new to me. So.
Yeah. Well, definitely something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah. Well, wish you good luck on that.
Appreciate it.
Andrew, how about you?
I'm going to try and do as many track days as I can.
Okay.
Being in Cleveland's, it's actually kind of a nice location. We've got a local track, Nelson Ledges, really fast, flowing track. My favorite track is Pit Race. It's got some nice elevation changes, 2.7, 2.8 miles, just an amazing track. And then on my bucket list is going to see NCM in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So hoping to check that off my list this year. I'm going to get probably 6 or 7 track days in this year.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Well, guys, with that, we appreciate all of you watching this episode of Power Player. Make sure you're checking out everything that Andrew and Alan have going on at Corteco and at Freudenberg NOK. And as always, make sure you're checking out Motorcycle Power Sports News for more great motorcycle and power sports content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.